Shout out to the K&J fam, and you're rocking with Kristin and Jamil, and we're back tonight, you guys, for a mukbang.
Mukbang. Mac and cheese and Alfredo, chicken Alfredo mukbang, right?
There you go. Yeah, we didn't really get the title.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about what we were going to do. We just got these two things and we were like, well, let's eat these. So.
Okay, macaroni and cheese mukbang and a chicken Alfredo mukbang. Ooh. Both from Costco, you guys. If you saw our Costco video, we macked on Costco when we went. Yes. We got the food court Costco. We got that tiramisu Costco. Mm-hmm. And now we're getting this amazing dinner Costco stuff.
Yes, exactly. And these are obviously typically sides, but we looked at them, we were like, we got to do this for dinner because it looks just so good.
Chicken Alfredo is typically a side.
For me it is.
Okay.
For me it is.
Okay, for you it is.
Well, you're right, actually. It would be a meal.
Yes.
But you usually have some bread, a salad on the side.
Totally. Yeah.
We got mac and cheese on the side.
So we were hella hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have you?
Yeah.
Okay. We were hella hungry, and then we're like, okay, let's cook it. And then as soon as it was done, we're like, are we eating anything else with this?
I know, right?
Is there any salad or some vegetables or whatever?
It's all good. Hey, you know what? YOLO. You only live once, You got to do it.
YOLO.
Exactly.
I'm super excited. I'm starving.
All right. Well, we're going to do a little thumbnail really quick.
Oh, thank you for
I think I'm going to actually try to dig in.
When I'm hangry, I forget the thumbnails.
I know, me too.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that steam's coming out of yours.
I know, it looks good. Okay. All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Do you see that? Okay, no, don't do that. Okay, go. 1, 2, 3.
All right, let's do it. Good enough.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Thanks for bearing with us all the time in these thumbnails.
That was my seductive face, by the way, you guys.
Damn, I don't know if you guys can see that steam.
Okay, can you not
I know, my bad.
my view? Okay.
Well, they don't want to see you anyway, okay?
They're here for you.
They want to see me. Me and my arm.
Oh my God, you guys. I'm so excited. Ooh. Oh my God, is it hot?
It's crispy. Over crispy. I think might be a little bit.
Uh-oh, did we cook it too much?
Can you guys see that gooiness?
Okay, don't ever.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Ever say that like that again.
Let's just act like that I didn't say it.
Good, gooiness.
There you go. That looks so good. All right. Yeah, let's put some sriracha on it.
Sriracha. Here. Do you want?
Yeah, if you could just put a little bit. Thank you very much.
I'll let you pour. I don't know. Yes, you guys. This looks amazing.
We've had the Costco mac and cheese before. We've eaten it before on here. And we did the prawn seafood boil. And it was good. Oh, yeah. It was really, really good. But, I'm just curious if you guys ever had it before. I would love to hear. I mean, I know a lot of people that comment on our videos, some of them don't actually have a Costco by them. But I'm just curious if you ever tried it, and what do you think of their mac and cheese? Because they're on point.
Oh, I know we're rubbing it in people's faces that we have Costco by us when certain people don't.
That's true.
But they have other things that we don't.
Yeah, like Sam's Club, which I actually would like to try.
Me too.
It's way too hot.
Oh my God. Yeah, you got blow on it.
Wait. There we go. Way too hot. Probably should have got a plate. I'm actually eating off the table.
Want to get a plate, babe?
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's too late now.
Shall we go rogue?
We're going rogue.
Oh, yeah. This is so good.
Man, I love it.
I'm happy. Garlic bread would have hit right now, though.
It would have.
Right?
It would have.
I love that we did not think about that.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the steam? Do you think they could see it?
I don't know. It's weird, right?
Because I can't see it.
I can't either. It's weird.
Weird? Let us know if you see this. Oh, you can maybe see the steam. We can hella see it, but we have a light on us, though.
I know.
That could be.
Maybe they see it. Well, we'll have to take a look back on the video and see. Do you guys prefer chicken Alfredo or do you prefer mac and cheese? Did you say that already?
No, you're just putting your...
Oh, I'm blocking you. Oh man, this is gonna be a bad one. I'm blocking you the whole video.
It's all good, babe. Oh yeah, chicken Alfredo or mac and cheese. I find them to be like two completely different dishes.
They are.
It's hard to pick.
That's true.
Maybe they can.
You know what it is? It's because they're in the same container.
I know.
You look at it like,
you're like, what do you guys prefer?
Yeah.
It's like kind of completely different.
Yeah.
But.
Okay, so that Alfredo is really good. I don't think I've ever had it before.
Yeah,
Have we had it from Costco?
No.
And Costco, you can't miss with Costco. You just can't.
Because I'm telling you, I think they make this themselves, but.
Yeah, I do.
But it's competitive, you know? It's competitive. Well, like, everybody wants their product in Costco, so it has to be on point.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
It's really smart. Like, I mean, I guess technically, like, any grocery store, right? Like Safeway or Rayleigh's or whatever. Like, it's all about money, right? If you have money, you can put things on the shelves.
For sure, yeah,
and
space
I guess
and
that's
stuff.
the same with Costco. But I feel like Costco does, what do you call it?
A good job?
No, like customer, like maybe reviews or something. I don't know. Like reviews to make sure it's good before they put it on the shelf.
They might actually do that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe the people there, they just know it tastes good. Oh, I keep doing. Listen,
That's fine.
I don't think
You have to reach. You have to reach.
I know. My bad. We got to figure that out. I got to figure that out for sure.
Ooh, I double dipped. I want to tell you what happened at work today.
Yeah.
I haven't told you yet.
Yeah. Well, what's up?
So we have this new guy. He's nice. I don't want to. I know. Man! It's like, I can say it now. Well, what about, like, in the future?
I know, that's true.
Is he going to know I'm talking about him? He will.
Well,
Man.
it's all good.
Okay, he's nice. He is nice.
You know, it's funny when people say, like, he's nice or she's nice. They don't mean that. No, I'm sure you do, but.
He is nice.
Okay.
We all have our things about
Everyone.
people, and no one's perfect. Whatever. Okay, anyways. I love to brag about you all the time.
Oh, okay.
And I always like to show people your music. I don't show everybody your music, but
yeah, you show.
No, don't. Okay.
I say yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like mad that I show people your music.
No, what are you talking about?
Good. Sorry. So I show a lot of people at work your music. And so anyways, I played one of your songs, and I was like, but I didn't tell them that it was going to be you. I was like, hey, listen to this, you know? And I wanted them to hear it. And it was my favorite song that you've done, Superman, on your most recent album. So, anyways, he hears it. He only sees Jamilians. Like, it's not, you don't have a music video to it. He just sees Jamilians. He sees your, whatever. And then he put two and two together. He heard it for like a second. He's like, oh, is this your man? And I'm like, yes, it is. And then he like waits a second.
Yeah.
And then he listens. And by the way, I'm playing the best song in the world, right? Listens literally for like maybe 5 more seconds at the most. And you want to know what he said? Do you want to know what this nice person said? He said, what did he say?
What did he say?
Auto-tune.
For
one,
there is auto-tune on there, but I feel you.
Listen.
Yeah, I know.
You guys, I don't know if you know what auto-tune is. I hope you do. If not, we'll tell you in a second. Listen, auto-tune is on every single person's voice who records music, who records an album in the studio. It's on every single person's voice.
Actually is, yeah.
And when you hear your song, you cannot hear the auto-tune.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He was acting like you hit some note, and he's like, auto-tune. So honestly, totally rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, I appreciate you defending me like that.
So, like, here's the thing. Like, I didn't want to, like, because, trust me, like, my Leo fire, I was just going to be like, I was going to say mean things. But I don't think he meant it in, like, a mean way. But, and I said to myself, I literally, see, this is a good thing about me. Although I get, like, really fiery inside, I have learned to like, wait a moment, think about things. What was that person trying to say? How am I feeling about it?
Yep, and process it pretty much.
And process it before I, go back. I think that's a good skill I have. Anyways, I was like, okay, I don't think he meant it rude at all.
Yeah.
He didn't. And I said to myself, what does this guy know about music?
Yeah.
I was like, most likely, absolutely nothing. Anyway, so I waited, he like went away, he had to go somewhere, came back. I brought it up. I'm like, do you sing?
Yeah.
Because like I was gonna like, you know, figure out if he had credibility on saying autotune, because I found it insulting.
Did he say it was good or bad or anything? He just said autotune and then walked away?
Yeah. Well, yeah, basically. Yeah, he said autotune, walked away. I think essentially.
That's a weird thing. That's fine.
He said autotune, and then I was like, every song is autotune, and I was like, how do you know it's autotune? He's like, I hear it. It was kind of like that.
So the conversation went that way.
Kind of.
Essentially.
Got it. Anyways, what did I... Oh, yeah. So I went back. And I was like, do you sing? Because I wanted to, like, interrogate it. He's like, no. So he doesn't even sing. You know, he's like, actually, I sing really poorly. Da-da-da. You know, I don't know. It's just, like, people's personalities. Like, why can't you just say it's good? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason to critique your music, especially the first moment you hear it. And especially, you don't even know what you're talking about. I was very protective.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you. But I didn't want to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Everybody, you know what I mean? So I said things a little bit like, yeah, everything is autotune, but I didn't want to like act like I was hella offended, because I feel like sometimes when you are too defensive, it's true, or people think it's true. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like play it cool.
Well, yeah, and let me well, a couple of things. One, I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
You defended more than I would. I would have been like, yeah, it's autotune.
Really? Good. Because I wanted to say more. I'm going to be like, look, dude, you don't even sing. Well, let's calm down. And it's not even auto-tuning.
I know. Well, I want to explain this. Like, the thing about auto-tune, which, sorry, I want to, and I'm like all in your face. Blocking you. Take a big bite. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah.
The thing about auto-tune, the way I want to explain it is...
Can I just watch it?
Oh, yeah. I'll pour it on for you.
Oh, thank you.
Let me know when.
That's perfect.
Cool.
Just a little bit. Thank you.
So a lot of people, there's a big stigma on it, you know. Auto-tune, people looking like, oh, you can't sing, so you need auto-tune. Mainly because when it first came on the scene, like a lot of people, and even now, more now, a lot of people that couldn't sing were using it. And it was really, really popular. So... Anyway, so I get why he's saying that, because that's all he heard. He didn't hear the singing. He heard just the...
I don't think he heard the auto-tune.
Oh, you can hear it.
Okay.
You can hear that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So he could tell...
Yeah.
There was a little adjustment.
Cool. Exactly.
And sure, of course there was. I'm not saying there wasn't. It's just...
No, I know.
He acted like it was very auto-tuning.
Yes, exactly. Which... I don't think it is. I think it's pretty up there. But whatever. It doesn't matter whether you think it or not.
Okay.
You know, I just want to explain a little bit more kind of what you're saying. But yeah, so, you know, a lot of songs... well now, right, because the thing is auto-tune. Well, there's auto-tune and there's Melodyne. Melodyne is another version of auto-tune, but it's not as intense. But you still use it to correct vocals, right? Well, so we're at a point now with technology that every singing song, I mean, I don't know, every singing song, everyone's using it. Any top producers in the world, if you go to their studio, there's auto-tune, there's some sort of pitch correction on there. Now, because why would you not? There's no need to not do that.
Right.
So because of that, they do it.
That's true.
Man, I lost everything in that. So, anyway, so everyone uses that. But some people overdo it. Some people turn it up, you sound like a robot.
Right.
So obviously, I don't have it there.
No.
But I have it lower. But yeah, I put it on a little bit. But yeah, it's just that it has this negative stigma to it where people think like, oh, you can't sing, you're using auto-tune.
And it's maybe a bad thing when it's not a bad thing.
Exactly. Which, by the way, if you guys want to, listen to the song for yourself, I got to see it. Maybe we'll attach it so you guys can actually hear it. It's called Superman.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll just attach it.
Tell me if you hear auto-tune.
Yeah, let me know.
Auto-tune's a robotic voice. You do not have a robotic... Anyways, I can... Okay, so
it's there, though. But it's not
robotic.
Super heavy.
I could tell he did not mean it as an insult, because then he said something, he's like, yeah, like John Legend.
He uses it.
I know, that was his point. He was kind of like, oh, John Legend uses it.
Ooh, it's hot.
But I don't think he was using it as an insult because obviously John Legend's amazing.
Got it. Yeah.
But then he said something like, some people need it more than others.
Oh, well, that's the point.
And kind of looked at me for a long time. Kind of just did like that's an extra hilarious. Look. And I don't know. I was like, am I gonna have to beat this guy up? No, I'm just kidding.
That's all good.
I've never beat anybody up.
Everyone thinks they're critic.
Work. No, it wasn't that bad.
That's right. Everyone's a critic. But that's cool. At least you listen to some stuff or play some stuff for them. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot.
Thank you. Well, I'll show you off.
I know. But yeah, it's crazy. Like now, because I work at a studio, and I mean, everyone that comes through, they have auto-tune on it. Everyone. Auto-tune or Melodyne. And everyone can sing. Everyone will hold note.
Everyone. I'm sure Whitney Houston used auto-tune.
Well, if it was around, I don't think it was.
Well, okay. A pitch corrector.
They might have used some sort of pitch corrector on some of her stuff.
A pitch corrector had to have been around back in the day.
I don't think there was.
You think auto-tune was the first one?
I don't know if auto-tune was the first. Melodyne could have been the first. But auto-tune was like the... Yeah, no problem. Auto-tune was like the start of the real robotic stuff. You know what I mean? It like changed the game. You know what I mean? So, and then of course, T-Pain came in and just really killed it. You know what I mean? Like took it to a whole nother level.
He made it popular.
And then you have now Chris Brown. This is a crazy thing. His first album, if you listen to it, and he's always been able to sing. You listen to his very, very first album. There's all these notes that are off, right? Because another thing too was there was something about before T-Pain. There was something about allowing notes to be off a little bit, and it was fine. It wasn't a big deal. But once T-Pain, and this is kind of my opinion. I'm not in the studio with Chris Brown to know, But what happened was after on his Chris Brown second album, all auto-tune. Like I don't know if you know that. But all of a sudden, like, no notes were off. Like, everything was just on point. And he was actually really pitchy in his first album. So it was interesting to see that change being around, during the T-Pain time, So, anyways.
Can I chime in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, to be honest, I think that is a problem with music these days.
Auto-tune?
Yeah, or pitch correcting and making it, perfect because... I think the perfections are in the imperfections of a note or of a voice, of a tone, if someone, whatever, is off a little bit or squeals by accident or does something, maybe it would sound really good. I feel like we're so used to just making things perfect, kind of like, oh my God, I could go deep right now.
You are going to.
I was going to say kind of like our self-image and makeup and our bodies, with all the plastic surgery. Like, I'm serious. Like, I am going deep. But I think, imperfections are what makes things good.
Sure, I agree with you.
That's what my dad would say.
Well,
when it comes to music.
Yeah. I mean, people, everyone strives for perfection. It's kind of the way to go. That's what everyone wants. But with the music stuff, well, now, right, like a lot of rappers will sing. Now they're singing and they use auto-tune. But the thing about it is it's a style now. It's a part of the style, right? It's like throwing another effect on your voice, right? Like reverb. Reverb when you go into a church, you start singing and there's the echo and stuff like that. That's reverb. Well, that's an effect, That's just like auto-tune now,
I'd sound good with reverb. Is reverb
everyone does.
When you're in the shower?
In the shower. And you sound amazing. Because the sound is bouncing off the walls, coming back to you, and it just sounds really good.
I do sound amazing. I don't. Anyways, thank you for listening to that story.
Yeah, that's crazy, but
I know you would have been like, yeah, there's auto-tune.
I'd have been like, yeah, I use it. It's all good. Yeah, no, people are critics.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That's
I think
cool.
he liked it. He's like, oh.
He liked it.
He did because I think he said if I look him up.
Woo! Ow.
What did he say?
If I look him up, I'm gonna hit dislike on every video.
I think he said if I look him up somewhere, am I gonna find him?
On YouTube, Spotify, Google. What did he say?
Something like that. Yeah.
He was wondering. He was asking you, or he was telling you.
Asking.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that. No. I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was.
It's all good.
I forgot what it was. But he said something like, I don't know, remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember. It was something, whatever. But then I told him, yeah, you do.
You told him don't bother?
I know.
No, it's all good.
I didn't do like it, though.
Yeah, that's cool.
It doesn't matter if we did or didn't. The point is, it does matter.
The point is, don't ever point out.
Don't say that, yeah.
Nah, that's all good.
And same with the anyways, I just stopped showing the music to people because the majority compliments are majority of responses again are totally compliments.
Yeah, of course.
I love it, but anything a little bit below, oh my god, it's so amazing. I just can't handle. I'm just stop.
I appreciate you saying that, but don't worry, it's all good.
I know.
Listen,
I get defensive.
Apparently you do. More defensive than me because I don't even show people my music.
I know.
I got people that don't even know. I work at a studio. I do little whatever stuff, engineering or helping out video stuff and things like that. And we'll have people aspiring to really do something with their music. And
sorry, thanks, babe.
Yeah, no problem. And they'll have no idea that
you sing.
I do any singing, and then something will come up. My boss will be like, "Well, Jamil sings," and they're like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, he's got number one song, not number one, but number one songs in Japan, R&B charts, all this stuff," and and people are like, "What?"
I know,
because I don't like to say it, and that's only occasionally they'll find that out because I just don't even care really to say anything.
So that's why I have to do it for you.
That's why I need you to walk around with me. You're my ego.
I am.
Right? Call you my ego.
Well, thank God I don't sing. It's
no,
true.
It's all good.
I'd be like, I sing, everybody.
Let's hear it. No, that's
cool.
Do
you want to hear me?
Right. It's actually, I think it's kind of important to, if you are a singer and you're trying to get out there, right? It's hot.
Ooh!
I'm burning up.
It's because of the oven.
Yeah. It's hot here, you guys. We're melting.
That's rough.
But if you are a singer, I think it is important to, you don't have to brag. You shouldn't brag necessarily, but you have to point out that you've done stuff. You have to tell people that you've done stuff. And the reason for it is because, people don't always care until they see that you've done stuff. So they might hear your music and be like, "Ooh, it's good." But there's something about telling them, "Well, I'm number one here, or I've been on this."
Yeah, clout.
Clout essentially. So in a way, you kind of have to, once again, not brag and not be egocentric, but you gotta put it out there a little bit.
Well, I say that too, yeah, because I do think Johnny, Jonathan, and Jacob are all singers out there.
Who?
Johnny,
Jonathan, and Jacob. Who are these people? It's
I'm trying to give an example of
It's like a nursery rhyme?
No! I'm trying to give an example of Joe Schmoes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry, that was really bad.
Some regular people. Got it. Yes.
Are all everybody's Joe Schmoes are all singers out there.
That's for sure. Yeah.
So oh, my hair ties. I have 2 hair ties on. So I don't think having oh, this is what I do is important, but
yeah,
whatever. There's people out there that haven't done anything huge with their music, or maybe they're just getting started and they're still good. But yeah, I think people get more credible once they say I did this, this, and that, which is why I think any profession, is a longevity game, right?
Yep, it sure is.
I do, coaching, relationship coaching and stuff like that. Year 1 into my my career, people are gonna be like, "You've only been a coach for a year, right?"
Yeah.
Now, however many years later, I've done it over
exactly.
years.
Now people are...
Now it's different, you know what I mean? So I think in any type of profession, you need to have longevity.
Yeah, that's true.
And then with longevity, you have experiences.
Exactly. But I'm saying, which you're absolutely right about that. I'm saying you got to tell people though, right? You got to Facebook, right? That's the thing too, right? Because people get caught up new music, check this out, listen.
That's
but
true.
you don't do that. You don't want to do that. What you got to do is you got to post something and say, I was super fortunate. I'm very grateful. I was able to, record with this person today. It's so awesome. I appreciate everyone. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
You got to be very, very, like, if you're going to post something, talk about how, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
you're right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what's crazy to me, by the way, it just made me realize.
What was that?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't want to say you hung out with Carlos Santana last weekend,
mean,
but you practically hung out with Carlos Santana last weekend.
Well, no, I didn't hang out with him.
But you haven't told, but you don't, I'll tell people.
Well, yeah, okay, I don't tell people that, yeah.
But isn't that interesting? That's like another thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's I just feel like you're very, very humble.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like I need to say anything.
I know. I'm saying way too much. People are like, Kristen, get off.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't think people are going to
be like, get off his jock.
I think it's fine. I think it's good if you say it. You know, I don't know. But yes, I did. I didn't hang out with him. But,
I know. You don't like hang out.
But he came through to this event, and I was recording him and stuff like that. And I mean, but I've recorded him and kind of sat down with him plenty of times before. So
yeah,
cool.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. I guess the point
that's all good. Yeah, I'm not bragging.
But you're not bragging about it.
Yeah.
And I guess what I'm saying is, if you were to try to get yourself out there, you would say things like,
yeah, for sure.
You know, maybe worked with Carlos Santana, or
even though I haven't done that. But
I guess you haven't worked.
Yes.
You can say something that makes it seem like you worked.
Exactly, what people do, right?
You've had a conversation.
Yeah, well, people will take pictures with somebody and be like, today we had a great session, you know, with this person, when it's like, really all you did was like just take a picture.
Yeah,
and, you know what I mean?
True.
So,
that's true.
Yeah,
or like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like meet and greets, like when you meet a famous person, you take a picture. So and so is such an amazing soul, and they said hi.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
It's like 2 words.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You know what I mean? Like he's
such an amazing soul.
Yeah, he's way nicer in person, or you know. And it was like, sure, we'll take a picture with you, kind of situation, and that's funny.
People get
Yeah.
That's funny when people get starstruck like that. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, but it's cool, you know. I feel fortunate. I feel lucky with what I got, so, you know, I feel like I don't need to brag. Well,
you never.
But,
yeah.
You are a musician trying to get out there, you should actually do subtle brags.
Yeah.
Subtle brags.
If you can.
Don't, though. Here's the thing.
Yeah, I have.
Can I add one really quick?
Please, because I have a word of caution.
I get people in my feed on Instagram or Facebook or whatever like that, and... we should talk about this sometime.
Okay, yeah.
Well, people will just like post things like talk about, I'm blowing up, I'm about to do this, I'm about to perform in Coachella and like stuff like this. Meanwhile, they like paid $5,000 to perform like before any big bands come up or even people show up. You know what I mean? And they'll post that. Seriously, like I know someone that actually performed. They paid money and they are at Coachella and performed before anyone even showed up.
Right. I was going to say something on the lines of that. Like, I've worked with Lil Wayne.
Oh.
When all they did is pay $20,000 for Lil Wayne to do a hook on their song and they never met.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So to say I work with Lil Wayne, I don't know, does that count? I
mean, it counts, yeah. I mean, technically, yes, it does.
Yeah.
But it doesn't count in the way that it actually...
It's similar. Well, people, so it's similar. So it's like, it's hard because like you want to... Because, yes, you have a Lil Wayne on... You have Lil Wayne on your song. That is a big deal.
It's true.
But I think it's how people say it. Like, I know Lil Wayne. We're on a album together.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're on like an album together. I don't know. I think there's a balance. You just don't want to like lie, but you also do want to highlight what you've done.
You gotta highlight stuff, but in a way where it's not annoying, essentially. Because then people.
What's the best way?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like. Well, it depends, right? Because first off, if you're posting something on Facebook and on Instagram, it's not like these people really need to know your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter. Maybe show it to people that actually matter. Like, if you're dealing with maybe...
An A&R?
An A&R or a label. But see, they don't care either because they deal with people like saying that stuff all day. Plus, they understand it really doesn't matter.
Maybe a job?
Huh?
You were getting a job in the industry?
If you're getting some sort of... Yeah, I mean, you could... If it's on a resume, you can put it on a resume and give it to people. It's a little... nice little side thing to see. But that's probably about it. I mean, at the end of the day... Thank you.
You're welcome.
People don't really care anyways, But if you did want to, make people kind of feel like... like what I would do when I was posting on music and stuff. Once again, that's what I would do. I would post a picture... and being like, oh, you guys, it was so awesome today. I got a chance to work on this song with these people or something like that. It was really cool. I'm super excited. I can't wait till you guys hear the song, you know, stuff like that. And people were like, I mean, from what it seemed like, were really happy for me, genuine, and it didn't seem annoying. You know, I didn't get anyone that, you know, I don't know. It didn't seem like, and I didn't, you know, blow people up like that too crazily. But
there's a way to say it.
Yeah, I've had people, actually really funny. This is a small little story.
Yeah. I
had one dude, right? So, you know, okay, I had been doing music for, I don't do it as consistently at the moment, but when I was really going in really hard, overall it had been like maybe 15 years, maybe less than that, maybe about 14 or 13 years or something like that, right? The first like 4 years didn't count because I was like getting out of high school. I didn't know what I was doing, you know? But later on, the last, like, I would say really 7 years, I really started, you know, really 7, I started picking up, kind of knowing what I was doing. Actually, now I think about it, it might have actually only been like 10 years.
Yeah.
So it was like 10 years, but
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. So a good maybe 8 years into it, like really kind of understanding, getting the hang of it, understanding that like just kind of the way it works, right? So then, you know, because I sing, you know, a lot of rappers wanted me to get on their choruses of their songs, right? Which I'm cool with, you know, they pay me and I'll do it, right? But I start getting people that are like, hey, man, could you do this for free? Like, can you drive, by the way, 20 miles, 30 miles out of your way after work to come over to this studio late night, record something for free? You write the song, by the way. You write the words and the lyrics and do it all for free. And you know, and that happened multiple times. Oh. Right? I mean, you probably witnessed a lot of it.
Even further, people wanted you to drive.
Sad enough, I actually did some of the stuff for free, which
he did.
I regret. But it was for other reasons. But anyways, but the famous words were, dude, I'm about to blow up, and I want to take you with me. Yeah. Like, that was I got that on every level.
It's funny because it's so not true, because they're nobodies now. No. I shouldn't say they're nobodies.
No, they're somebody.
Some. There's a lot of them are. You probably never heard of any of them. Anyway, point being.
No, none of them. Not one person that ever said that to me is actually doing music anymore. No, none of them.
That's interesting.
And if they are, they're not making good music.
Yeah, you know? Well, you know, people have hopes and dreams. I mean, we lived in LA, remember, after grad school. We went down to LA. Yeah. We wanted him to do his music career. I was super supportive. We're like, you're going to make it. You're going to blow up. Yeah. You'll be the next Neo. Yeah, exactly. Where he's not even existent right now. No. You know what I mean? And so you have dreams. And I do think people have dreams, and they're in their different stages. But I do think that if you're going to say something like that, I'm taking you with me, we're blowing up. You haven't been in the industry that long. No, you haven't. If you've been in the industry 10 plus years, you're going to never say that. Yeah, because you understand that there's more to it than just you get one hit song and do this. Like there is some serious work that's involved in it. And there's a lot of different logistics to it, right? There's more to it than just, I mean, like I know people that have gone all the way up to gotten signed by a label. And the label endorsed them, wanted to put it out, gave them one guy that I know got I don't know if I ever told you this, but I think he got a $500,000 advance. Like, they wanted him. That's a lot. Like a big label. That's and everything. Huge. And they never put out anything of his. Oh yeah, they don't put you out. They don't put you out. That happens. There's so many different. So how does he have to return the money? So the way that works, that's actually a great point. I don't think he has to. I don't think he has to. Yeah. I think they use it more of as a write-off and as an expense. The reason is because they never gave him a chance. So it's kind of them canceling the contract rather than him canceling the contract. That's sad. I mean, it's not sad he did get $500,000. Well, it's sad because then he's under contract and he can't deal with any other labels. For like years. Yeah. So he's because they want to hang on to you like, hey, what if you start taking off and all of a sudden we want in on you, They want you to kind of take off for yourself, and if you do that, then they'll put you out. Exactly. It's different these days. It is a lot. It's a lot different. Labels used to definitely put people out more. Now with social media. No. It's always been like back in the 50s, 60s. Well, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Long ago? Yes.
there were only so many musicians.
I know, but I'm saying they used to make people popular.
But I'm talking about like since like probably the 70s and 80s, 90s.
90s for
constantly. Sure. The record labels, it's safe to say, they always sign people and they always never put them out. Okay. It's always been in the industry. Yeah. It's gotten it really went rampant, you know, in the 90s, I think, in 2000s. But it's always been like that.
We learned a lot in LA. He would talk to people, be like, I worked with LMAO, or is it LMFAO?
No, LMFAO. Yeah. No, I actually saw them at a studio.
I know. I'm giving an example of just people like, I worked with.
Yeah, this person.
This person, you know, and they were broke. This one guy. Can we talk about this one story?
Yeah, we can talk about the story.
Okay, I don't know who he is.
Well, I should probably tell the story, right?
Do you know who I'm talking about? Where you paid for his food?
I paid for it. Yeah, okay. That was the craziest story that I had.
Okay, go.
So this guy in LA, this was like a welcome to LA type of story. You know, here you go. So I sat up there and I went, connect with this guy before I moved out to LA. Still being in the Bay Area. I get out there. The guy's like, I'm going to connect you with this person and that person and like really like build you up and get you out there, right? Obviously he wanted a percentage of stuff, you know, as a management and stuff. So like, that's fine, whatever. So I get out there and he actually did introduce me to, he introduced me first to the guy that produced High School Musical. And this guy had done everything. Hannah Montana, High School Musical. Back then it was he had a lot of stuff going. I don't know what he's up to now.
That guy was loaded.
Yeah, he was doing well, right? And you know, I didn't get a chance to work with him long term, but I did. I think I wrote like 1 or 2 songs with him and stuff like that. But things just they fizzed out. But anyway, so this guy who introduced me to him, it's complicated because he was a nice guy. He knew a lot of people, but things just didn't seem right. Like, you know how like when you meet someone and they just seem kind of sketchy and you don't know why, but your gut's just telling you something's not right.
Yeah, they haven't done anything.
Yeah, haven't really done anything.
Been mean.
Yeah. So anyways, and I still today, by the way, the story's not going to an answer because I don't know. You know what I mean? I just know that it was the guy was something was up with him and I stopped dealing with him. But anyways, he introduced me to him. He introduced me to Usher's producer who did Let It Burn and like all these other things, you know what I mean? Who had like Grammys too, right? So
he knew a lot of people.
I sat with this dude and stuff like that. Yeah, he knew a lot of people. Like it was legit. Anyway, so like the guy had a Mercedes and everything, but he was acting like he had done all this big stuff. He talked about all the records he had and stuff like that. So this guy, like one day I just remember like, you know, driving with him, and I guess it's not that big of a story, but anyways, driving with him, I was like, dude, I need to get some food, and once again, this guy has a Mercedes, and he's done all this stuff, had like no money on him to buy food, like I had to buy him lunch.
Yeah. He had his wallet.
He had his wallet, he had everything, but he had no money to buy lunch.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
And I had no job at the time, by the way.
No job. I don't think I did. No. We went down there with no jobs. Yeah. We were broke as a joke.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting him to pay for my lunch.
Of course not. But
at the same time, you know, I wasn't expecting to pay for his.
He's like, I have no money. So that tells me that your credit cards are not working. Yeah. You're overdrawn in your account. Something's going on. It's sketch.
It was sketchy.
I get that
and that was like one of multiple things, but yeah.
It's rare to not be able to spend anything.
Yeah.
It's one thing, you're on a budget. I get that. You're no, you know, you don't have a ton. The only times you can't spend any money is if you're overdrawn in your bank account, and even then, if you use credit, sometimes that works.
That's true.
Or all your credit cards are maxed.
That's true, yeah.
Or you don't have any cash on you and you don't have any cards, which we all have cards.
Which he was probably check box all 3 of those. He was probably all of those.
It just, he probably was able to somehow pay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This is what it is. Let me explain this. In LA, it's actually not hard to know a lot of people. The guy obviously had nothing going on in his life. It's not hard to actually get to know these people. I know, but see, what does that mean? What does that mean? Whose was that? Was he borrowing it? Because he was definitely, I think, trying to impress me, you know, for whatever reason. Yeah, I can't remember what happened, but I actually stopped dealing with him?
I think when you paid for his lunch, I was like,
that's
what
it was.
is this?
I was like, I can't do this anymore. And it's not, once again, guys, I'm not like, it's not like I was like, oh, I can't pay for lunch. Like, I pay for lunch all the time for people.
You do.
But the guy was, that's what it was. The guy was having me come from where we lived, which was Sherman Oaks, all the way down to like North Hollywood, when I was supposed to be looking for a job. And he was like, dude, you got to get on this. Come on down. Don't worry. You'll be fine. You're going to blow up.
Not North. West.
West Hollywood. Yeah, West Hollywood. Yeah. And it was over Burbank, too. Over Burbank, which is far from where we were, especially with no car. Oh, I had a car. I did have a car, but like no gas money, and then traffic and stuff like that. So I was like, dude, I should be finding a job, at least getting started. He was like, don't worry, you're gonna blow up. Come on, So, anyways, I had to stop messing with that dude.
Yeah.
But there were crazy stories there. I mean, one day, one dude came in when I was on the session working with the guy who was High School the Musical, and this guy, I don't know who the guy was, but he was definitely a CEO, high exec of some record label, because he was directing the producer dude, like what to do and like all this stuff. Anyways, he comes up to me and he was like, what's your name? What do you do? I was like, oh, Jamil, I sing and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I hope you blow up so I can kill you and take your money. I kid you not. And get royalties off of you. Now, I get, like the conversation was just that fast. It wasn't like we were talking about other stuff. No, literally, that's all he said.
And you didn't know this guy?
No idea who he was. But I just, yes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, that happened one day. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, LA is different.
LA is cutthroat.
It's cutthroat, yeah.
It is.
Obviously he wasn't, like, serious about it, but it was very much like, how are you even going there?
Like, where did that come from?
Where did that come from?
Well, it's just, they're driven.
Yeah.
And, I think we appreciated a lot of that. Like, if you want just a big drive, hustle bustle, go, you have a huge dream, LA is the place to go.
Exactly.
For opportunity to meet your dream. I get that.
Watch out.
But there's a... You spelled?
Oh, look.
He has it all over you guys.
Man, sorry.
But there's a lot of shady. You're gonna leave it? Yeah, you should watch it. Yeah. But there's a lot of shady people in LA. We learned that fast, and we're super nice, and sweet. And I do think that you more so were probably taking advantage of it, not hella, but because we didn't have anything for people to get per se, but advantage in terms of maybe your time and false hopes and a little bit of gas money and lunch money, but
I know.
But you also had good opportunities too.
This is what I learned from LA, and I realized that. And if anyone watching this video is thinking about going to LA, listen to this. Especially if you're doing music. I don't know about acting. Obviously, I'm sure you got to be down there for that. But for music in particular, what I learned was that, just because you go out there, even if you have a song that somehow gets to the radio and stuff like that, you're still not in that top level where you want to be. There's so many other factors that come with it. So many. This dude that did High School the Musical and stuff like that. High School Musical. Literally, it had come out for a couple of years, Hannah Montana, all this stuff. That guy was scrambling for work. He was scrambling. Like, he was a smart guy and he had a lot of money, but he was scrambling for work.
And the reason, next big thing.
Exactly, is because you're always constantly moving. In my opinion, the way to go, just build an audience online. Get your music out there online as much as you can. I mean, obviously, this is probably old advice to most people, but during that time, that was like news to me. I was like, I had a label deal. I was dealing with a label in Japan in LA. And in my mind, I'm like, why am I here? like, you know what I mean? I'm dealing with this label in Japan. I don't need to be here. We didn't need to be in LA. Yeah, I'm like, what am I doing? I could do this from anywhere. And plus, you can get signed by any label anywhere.
LA is to make it big in the spotlight. It is. It's for the small percentage of people to make it big. Now, and even if you don't make it big, can you have career being a B-list actor? I'm sure you can. Yeah. Or a B-list singer. I'm sure you can. Maybe. Yeah.
But I'm sorry to cut you off. There's a way, though. Like, sitting here, we are in the Bay Area. I could go online, put my music out there, build an audience, grow a following, and things like that. Then go to LA. And when you deal with the label, you sit down with the label, and guess what? Now they want to listen. Yeah. Because if they know that oh, you got 1 million followers?
You got 2 million?
Oh, you got 2 million followers? You know, they'll be like, can I hear you sing? And you sing, and they're like, it's auto-tuned, but hey, we can work on that.
Oh, they probably like it.
You know, they're like,
you producers. No, that is what it is, though.
Yeah.
That's, I think, how Cardi B blew up. Not saying she has...
Exactly.
Because Cardi B, for sure. She has talent. She's great.
She is. But that's what it comes down to. At the end of the day...
She had a huge following.
Yeah. Huge. At the end of the day, the labels understand that it's not about talent. It's not about talent. Not saying Cardi B is not talented, but in general, it's not about talent. Is like the third thing down the list.
It probably is.
Maybe even fourth.
Yeah.
What's most important is following. You got to have the look. And there's a couple other things.
Potential of a look.
The potential of a look, and then and they go from there. But even with the look, that's not even 100%.
It's
really,
not.
It's an audience.
It really is an audience.
Yeah, an audience. You don't even have to sing. You don't have to be a rapper. You don't even have to. You know what I mean? They got people that don't even do music. That the label, they seek them out and say, "Hey, would you like to record an album? Because you have 10 million followers. Why not do an album?" I gotta go.
You okay?
I got a cough.
Okay, I'll let you go.
Cough.
Go.
All right, you guys, we're out of here.
Okay,
we
hope you liked our stories, lessons we've learned. Have some water. Lessons we've learned in general in LA.
Yes.
And hopefully you found it entertaining.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Stay away from labels. Stay away from LA and people that you have to buy lunch for when they say that they've done all these millions of things.
Yes. That's the caution. Or if people need gas money.
Oh, that was it. He needed gas money too.
Yes, he did. Right. You paid for his lunch, and I think right.
Yes. Yeah. I forgot about that.
I didn't know that was the same guy.
I completely forgot. I had to pay gas money. It was the same day. I had to pay gas money for this.
It wasn't his Mercedes.
No.
It just wasn't. It wasn't his Mercedes,
Anyways. All right, you guys.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Please let your family and friends know who we are. Kristin and Jamil, K&J fam. We love you guys so much, and thank you for watching, joining us day in and day out, watching us eat this amazing food, doing these mukbangs, doing these challenges. Can you be quiet? No.
I can. I know. I'm coughing.
We do it for you. We love you so much. And we're going to see you guys next time.
And once again, last thing really quick, please share. Sharing helps us out so much.
Yes.
Please share. We really appreciate that. In fact, if you do share the video, please, comment below. Let us know that you did share it.